So, battle at sea, chasing after some strange assailants that you didn't know were going to be after you, but then again, this is what you're here for. Crystal stolen, and one carrying it along with it. Chasing them across the sea to the island of Recall, into the city of Dunhalland, where you chase them into a old forge called a Master Forge, at least as far as you could see. And found your way through several puzzles, including an earthquake room. I won't say anything this time. I'll just smirk. And a battle ensued. Pretty nasty one. Several people got severely injured. We almost lost the Templar Sovereign to all of the Temple of Edlagan in the world. In the world, I might add. But he turned out okay. He was healed. Everybody was healed back. And began their pursuit. At least in the part of being where the chute went. And at the very least, which direction Berwin Deravina, the Weeping Man, and Megalo, the remaining two that you were aware of on that ship, sailing into the sunset with the crystal, or midday sun, with the crystal aboard their ship. You guys weren't in there that long. You guys got there like 5 o'clock in the morning. So
early bird gets the worm, you know what they say.
Having spread word, having guards stationed at the door into the mountain. Ooh, very Middle-earthy on that one. The door into the mountain. Reboarding your ship with the captain. Both reeling from a sting of a loss of not achieving one of the two things you were after. But some success was had. And as you board the ship, the captain... the last time I asked you all, I said, what would you like to do while we're here? I think the coffee ran out, so my brain just went... And there's like, I don't know what's going on. What's gonna happen now? Ooh. So I just kind of came up with whatever. I was like, what are you doing now? I don't know. But it hit me about 5 minutes after we all left, and we separated for me to go take a quick break before we played Deep Rock. I realized that the captain is going to call probably a meeting pretty much immediately upon boarding the ship and getting course set. Terragus giving her the direction of which to travel. But she calls you all into her cabin, which is crammed with the doctor of the ship, the surgeon, herself, or Phoebe also sitting in a chair looking weary and bruised. Reggie. God, there's a lot. You guys, as well as a familiar older elven man with some gray at the sides, just a touch, but he doesn't look aged in the face. Just in the hair slightly. Leaning on a cane in the most lavish clothes you've ever seen, with another man standing next to him that looks similar, with white hair and a headband around, with his arms behind his back, looking troubled. And as you all enter, do any of you speak up right away, or do you just enter calmly? Because it's a packed crowd and a packed room.
Do we have any parts of Crawley with us? Did we take anything with us?
Nobody retrieved any.
Someone...
Not parts of Crawley himself, no.
All right.
Though
No,
I'll tell you,
'cause
because you didn't grab them, I'll tell you now, to your disappointment, the eyes on beholders, flip the stalks off and get the eyes. There is stuff in the eyes that is worth a lot of money.
Oh, great.
Is there a chance that there's any of it left on my gauntlet that I punched through his eye?
Not that eye, it's the other eyes.
The other eyes.
Yeah, the big eye is not. I don't think it's the big eye. It's the little eyes. More specifically,
Yeah, Phoebe
that was from
rushing
some
us
reading.
to go after, so we left.
Yeah, she seemed a bit concerned. She did specify that it wasn't, specifically that it wasn't soul. That was a ruse to keep hunters off of your tail, to make it seem less enticing to come after it. Because finding a soul to a body is going to be pretty difficult. But if it's just him inside, crack that shit open. Or hang it on the wall and say, I've got the Witch King ornamenting my shelf over there. Pretty cool, huh?
Imagine
That was
he can
essentially
just
what
see
she told you was
while he's on your
reasoning.
wall.
In a
Keep,
very awkward bedroom.
Oh, yes, it would.
Keep pirates and other ne'er-do-wells from coming after you all, making your job a bit easier. But the lie now lifted, and panic set in. You're all now gathered in the cabin with these many concerned-faced individuals. The captain's like 1 foot propped up against the edge of the desk, kind of leaned back. The doctor's over her shoulder, kind of leaning in the corner, looking disinterested, sipping on what you suspect is probably whiskey of some kind. He's not an alcoholic, but he doesn't like to not have some around. I wouldn't say he's in the unhealthy zone. He's in the sailor zone, as we'll call it. And Boar just kind of, again, looking concerned, looking at the floor. He looks to the captain, looks to the other two, and the captain just kind of sits there, and she says, "All right, our cabin is too full of people, so let's have a talk. So, what's going on? I feel like I've been fed a lot of lies that I don't completely understand. Can somebody please explain what the fuck is going on?" Kind of like looks around the room, waiting for some explanation.
Yeah, I'm not
Across
the
the
guy
rooms.
for this. Anybody?
I have no idea where to start.
I'm blind, so
No,
Start
I'm
at the
lying.
beginning to make it easy. Who knows the beginning? Phoebe
We were hired.
Phoebe
were
kind of leans
lying.
forward and she's like, "Well, he's not wrong. Well, the group that trapped him inside the crystal, they, well, that was all they could do. They couldn't kill him. He wouldn't stay down. He, kept getting up every couple minutes. Every time they took him down, he would just get back up again. Over and over and over. Just kept happening.
So you couldn't just like take the crystal and throw it in a volcano or something?
No, they used the crystal to trap him, originally. The
Well, then
handling of
unseal
the
him
Witch
over.
King is not... You're not the first party to have to deal with this. They fought him originally in Assalian, the Howling Dominion, what it's called now. It was filled with armies, drenched in blood. Used to be a Dark Elf kingdom, but now it's gone. Now his tower is there, and it's black and ruined. Just looks like a landscape of obsidian and just ruined even the mountains. The party went in. Some of the armies marched. That they rallied from the Noble Vale. They sailed across, began the assault. The Noble Vale, by the way, is the section, so like where, if any of you have the Dursil map, there's a little black section that is the Howling Dominion. Directly across the sea is that section at the bottom on the far left of Dursil, and you can see it on the world map as well if any of you have it. That is the Noble Vale, it's a specific area. She just kind of continues on. She says, they invaded, fought him, couldn't kill him. They had that crystal with them, trapped him, and searched quietly around the continent to find somebody to put it away, hide it. They went to Nimmerok, Nimrok didn't like the idea. As he doesn't. He's a gazillion years old. And very paranoid. For an old metallic dragon. But he brought it to us. And thought we could hold it up. And we did for a while. And Emran from Prismatic Society decided. He sent me a few messages and convinced me it might be a good idea to take it to the Prismatic Society. And if you're wondering, well, why not have the wizards come and get it and teleport it back? Well, we can't. It disrupts teleportation for a reason unbeknownst to us. So we had to get a big-ass ship and sail it. Couldn't do a fleet because that would be too noticeable. And somebody would just get a bigger fleet. Or hire the jackasses from the other side of the landmass to come after us, of which they did anyways, causing a distraction for that metallic monster of a ship to crash into us and ruin all of our everything. So that all happened, and here we are now. Thank you for rescuing me, by the way. That was, well done.
No problem.
Appreciate the forwardness of people first, but should have probably tried to grab the crystal, but I don't blame you. They had a plan ready. Not much you could... But we do need to chase them down and get it back now. Because they cracked it. And I don't know, without looking at it, exactly how long it's got. They were hammering it to open it sooner. But with a crack in it, it will open eventually.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that's the problem. The old man, well, you assume probably old, but the little bit is great. It's hard to tell because he's got like this young glow to him, but he's got that little frill of gray on the sides, which is kind of weird for an elven man. It's an odd combination. Leaning on his cane, and he's didn't think that I don't know, kind of like concerned. Can you all get it there in time?
I don't know, can we?
Yeah, what? Where? We don't have the crystal. We have to get it back before we can do anything.
But like, I know you will do your best. Go get it, but between the time to go and get it, sail it there, will you have enough time?
I don't know. We don't have a specific timetable on how long the crystal has before it cracks.
When was our original deadline?
We didn't even have that information.
We didn't have a dead. Oh, shit.
The taller one that looks a lot like him kind of stiffens and crosses his arms a little. Well, you see, there was no timeline originally. It was essentially just sail and get there when you can, because if you were in a big rush, make a fuss and people would notice. What Father is trying to ask is if you retrieve the crystal, do you think you'll have time to get there?
No idea. We have
That's
gotten to
big.
places pretty fast before, though. We've kind of streamlined the movement idea, but
Without being able to inspect the crystal immediately right now, we cannot tell you how long we may or may not have. We can go as fast as we possibly can, but that still may not be quick enough, depending on what the crystals.
Do we even know where this crystal is?
Do we know the
Terry
expiration
just
date?
pipes in from the back corner of the room and he says, we have course set to follow them. I can still see them. They're not far. We have the rest of the day. Probably won't catch them today, but we will get close. I don't know.
Oh, we can make sure we can catch him today.
We
I was
can-
about to say,
we can try.
Manus chimes in and says, "We will catch them as soon as we can."
We might not want to catch them today. We will want to be well rested when we catch them.
And I was
Good
gonna
point.
say, did we want to try and do the iceberg ram idea now that we can just mess up their ship as much as possible?
We can do that.
They lost their anti-magic user,
Yeah.
so this will probably be a little bit easier than it would have been originally.
So we could just armor up the front of the ship, put a nice big spike on it, and then just ram it at full speed and just go through and sift out what's left and find the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
It might be better to encase it around in ice so it cannot continue to move.
Yeah, that's true. I
Instead
think
of
that's a good
ramming it.
idea. Yeah, pick it up out of the water and like you did with that other one, Lex.
Yep, pretty much.
One way or another, we need to send a spike through the entire ship. We can do that, right?
How many?
Right?
I feel like only one would be needed. One
Aw,
large
you're
one.
no fun.
If you do that, will you be able to cast anything else without that dissipating?
I could probably make it last quite a long time. And if I could do anything else, that depends on how long it takes me to do it to begin with. Which I imagine not that long.
So did you find anything inside the forge, mate? The old man leaning in now, like kind of. Was there anything, any information you found?
Which one of you grabbed the papers?
I have a whole stack of papers that I got out of the forge. We need to get them translated to find out what they are.
No translation
they
needed. They
contain.
are in common.
Ah,
Ah.
Ow.
then we just need to look through some papers. Here, everybody take one.
It's just,
Oh, sure, yeah, hand me one.
everybody have your application.
Everybody, and I reach up and pat him on the head off of my shoulder. Everybody, but
Who was
you
that?
can't read them.
Everybody
Sorry, Judd,
except
not right
Judge.
now.
Shit, hang on. Alright, well, hang on. I gotta send it in 2 parts. Discord
Oh, you're sending it. Okay.
word counts. Yep. I'm just sending it as text directly into our group chat.
Am I allowed to look at these?
You are allowed to look at these. This is. You'll all read this
He's
eventually, I'm
blind.
sure.
Somebody read it out to me.
Jesus Christ.
The first one is pretty archaic, so prepare yourselves.
There's a second. Okay. It's probably a better idea to read it out loud, whoever's reading it, just so we can give the stream flair.
I can you switch to the.
I could switch to this. How's this sound for reading off the notes? Thither,
You're an
How would
announcer.
you
flying
read-
crowd
how would
Go for it,
descended like
announcer.
a meal, and
You
began
go
to
forward,
build a
blind
great
announcer.
forge hidden within the mountain. The sons of Agamil, Ognid and Tulman, began the great struggle. But then heated steel to forge great weapons and armor here on the island of Augali. The door was inscribed with the words so sacred, hither is constructed the last master of forging. Since all have been lost to time and memory, and their fires have gone cold. The forge's construction was rejected from Silverian lands by the council. They herein wrote, welcome our allies in Caligulous times of war against the despotus emperor
Told you.
of Pontificus. Though amongst this council lies the fear of our hand should the goddamn motherfucking ye old speak.
Would you like me to read that sentence for you?
Should that forge stand in days after the war, we advise you to construct elsewhither. Lady Hera, Knight of the Golden Kingdom, volunteered account of what here is writ. Thither we toiled for a fortnight. Olnid crafted weapons for the soldiers that were unrivaled in their weathering of the war. Ognid made our arms and armor. For Kailani, he made her a sword. great and terrible, with a flame within, with which he slew Bolgrok. For Imnos he made a staff that would channel his power too great for any other. All slew several titans, including myself. It is recorded that Hera slew 5 titans with her spear, often referred to as a bolt, presumably referring to its lightning bolt properties.
How do you sound like a robot and like you're gargling marbles at the same time?
Uncontainment crystals. They are typically hard to come by, rarest by many measurements of rare dragon crystals next to resurrection crystals, which are said not to exist. These can hold many things, up to an adult dragon, depending on the crystal size and power, which vary, as well as a soul, multiple souls, or many physical bodies. Like most dragon crystals, they are nearly indestructible. Possible opportunities for their destruction are limited to having an adamantine anvil and hammer available. Crystal's strength to physical marring or destruction altogether is why often the target of the crystal is absorbed, and the crystal is cast into the beyond.
I swear, I can just imagine Jug like floating, his eyes glowing and narrating.
Yeah, I was about to say he's
The only small
possessed.
corrections, the only small ones. You hit all of it, minus Caligulus and Despidius.
Despidius.
Yes,
figured I'd put
Despidius, Emperor of Pontentius.
Is that a Final
Despidius.
Fantasy game?
Do what?
What's the other word? Where's it at?
Because there's a Final Fantasy game called Dissidia, so
Final Fantasy. Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's like Final Fantasy.
That game got shut down, didn't it?
There's a lot of Dissidias you have to specify.
Despidius, and what was the other word he missed?
Caligulus.
Caligulus.
Very old words.
Where's Caligulus at?
Let's
That's
be
at the beginning.
expeditious then.
Welcome, our allies in Caligulus times of war against the Despidius Emperor of Pontentius.
Right there.
Jesus Christ.
So it sounded like I got a 98 out of 100
Yeah,
over here.
pretty much. Though amongst this council lies the
You're
fear
past.
of on hand. Anyways.
Caligulus.
It's like reading the Bible or something. It's just so much yield speak.
Also, let me say real quick that Iris, I know what you meant when you put that word on the note. But hearing them say Fortnite in that seriousness has completely been ruined for me.
Yeah, I was thinking
Just means 2 weeks to me. I don't hear that word anymore.
Fortnite, we love Fortnite.
The captain actually kind of raises a hand slightly and says, hold on. What's your name again? Valdonis? Fucking old fucker. Listen. You. She points at you, Jack, and she says, where did you go? You disappeared for several days. What happened? Did you hear anything while you were gallivanting, whatever the fuck you were doing? I'm a woman, don't leave me waiting.
I'm pretty sure he was spending his time being a human punching bag. But
That I can see
don't
clearly.
really know much more than that.
What do you have to say for yourself, Jack? Make me trust you again.
Speak, sack of Jack.
What did you see? Do you have anything useful for us? I trust because you're here that you didn't join them, obviously, but we do need as much as we can get.
Let us hear thine words of wisdom and sacchery.
Pretty much everything that I sent you, by the way, Robert, all of that is, that's the factual stuff that you saw. As for Jack's perception of it is up to you.
Jesus Christ, you sent him a giant-ass freaking thing like what he
It
just
was
said.
a
didn't
wall
you?
of text, but it wasn't like a book.
Oh my God.
A book.
It's like that
He was gone
anime
for several
song.
days.
It's up to his interpretation, essentially, is how he, based on when he reads it. So.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, reminds me of that meme I saw. It's like when the DM asks you to write your character story and this dude's slamming like a freaking grimoire on the table.
You've got like sends one like 2 sentences, lines of text, and then you've got the stack of sheets.
You just have the whole stack.
Printed
of
it out.
That's me. That was me when I made. That was me when I made my character for the Elder Scrolls campaign. I sent Jack this wall of fucking novel. He was like, "This is the best one you've written so far." I was like, "Thanks." It worked really hard.
Yeah, I think mine was like that too for the Elder Scrolls campaign, actually.
I think I had like a paragraph, maybe.
Mine was like a paragraph and a half or so.
Me and
was
Sharp went
long
ham.
enough
Our characters were
probably.
bickering the whole time because we're so fleshed out and full of emotion.
We're so full of emotion. I turned into a bird and screamed at people.
Robert.
I killed a dragon and I was too drunk
Oh,
to
there he is.
remember.
I think there's
Hey.
a saying goes, that's like the best thing that make the characters unique is you just like to see their personalities bounce off of each other.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, no, like freaking, we butted heads so much in that campaign.
That was great.
You have no idea how tempted I was to grab you by the legs and throw you at somebody like an attack while you were a bird, dude, on my shoulder.
Oh, that would have been. You should have done it.
He just points his finger out, attack, and just flies towards it.
He just throws
No.
a bird. I just imagine you throwing the bird at him, and then the bird turns into a full-on dude in armor. Oh, well, it's on the way.
Oh my
Crow
god.
dart.
All right, so the captain is pointing at Jack, questioning him now. By the way,
we were giving him a second to
I
get his
figured
thoughts
he was
together.
absorbing. But yeah, the captain essentially asking like, what you were doing, what if you heard or found anything out while you were on the ship for those last few days.
Okay, I have to look back at what you sent me.
Yeah. So essentially, what's there is that's the factual of what you know and heard and saw. As for Jack's interpretation, I leave that up to you. So, however he feels about it, however he interpreted it, what it means to him, what anything means, what you assume, anything else beyond it, you're not exposing anything. All of that is for you to give as freely as you want. It's Jack's interpretation.
Well, I wanted to say I just looked really annoyed when like I was kind of just relaxing a bit. Then I start getting questioned, and I'm like really annoyed at the captain. I was like, well, I'm happy you asked because during the last few days, as I mentioned before, I was stuck in a prison. And where is it? Sorry, I'm reciting
You're good.
this as I
You're
read
good.
it. So.
Well,
And
to be
Discord
honest, we
fighting
really
at the
didn't know
same
you were
time.
stuck in a prison.
Yes, because we were fighting. I forgot what it was last time, but yeah.
Raleigh?
Raleigh and Magallo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Berwyn Deravina, or the Weeping Man, whichever one's easier to remember. Magallo, which is the big iron golem. And Crawley, which is the now dead beholder.
I doubt that you guys would be able to understand a conversation while our lives are being threatened. So that's my justification for that.
We've done that multiple times already. Just saying. Continue.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at explanations. Okay,
You
fine.
don't have to twist it too hard. If you just want to give it straight and give it straight, I just was telling you, like, you can spin it however you want.
I think it adds character, him being bad at explaining, because it just makes
No,
it
you
sound
know what? I
like
like it.
Jack's trying to.
I like it.
Frazzled and PTSD.
He was very confused during that first battle.
The guards kept constantly passing by me, and they kept mentioning somebody that, like, what was his name? Nargis. Mentioning that soon he would be. He would be free from something they called the Master Forge. I'm not too familiar with this forge, but it does sound very concerning.
Weren't we just in the Master Forge?
We were.
That's where we killed Crawley.
Yeah, Jack didn't know that. He didn't know where the fuck what you were walking into. Just,
He didn't know the name because he showed up after we talked about it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have
after
stood up
this, I
collapsed.
After this happened, I managed to find a way to get out. Though I managed to jump off the ship, and I had to swim all the way back, and then to get back to you guys. But the whole time I was there, I kept thinking about it, wondering who exactly this dude was, or why he was so important to where they had kidnapped multiple people.
And you'd say that, and the captain kind of leans on her hand, on her arm of her chair, and she just stares at you. Kind of looks at the desk. Argus. Valdonis, does that mean anything to you? Kind of raises his eyebrows and says, not a thing, mate. Not a thing. Trelor, not Trelor, but, well, you don't know that that's his name. Spoiler! The younger looking one standing next to Valdonis kind of looks up, and he gets this kind of glazed look in his eye. Then he mutters something under his breath. And he looks at you all and he says, it seems there's a disturbance on the continent, Arcanesia. And There's a battle outside of a city that I must now go attend the party now traveling through the countryside. Apparently things are going awry. I wish to intercept them. Father, I'm going to take Metis and we are going to hopefully intercept them and I can offer them aid of some kind. Just kind of nods and he says, be careful, son. With a flash and then like a just disappears. Flash of light and little crackling of magical energy. This is
Party.
well, if I'm honest, not much use here. I haven't done much fighting in almost 1,000 years. So, chums, cheerio, be careful. Don't get yourselves killed, and don't let them get away with that crystal.
Before he goes, a random thought came to mind. Since they knew so much about the forge, could Nargis be the individual that came out of the furnace after they left? And after the fighting was over?
The one
Are you
that made
asking-
yourself?
Yes. I'm putting that out in general to everybody that knew what was going on, at least. Do you think that may have been his name? He did not introduce himself.
Somebody
I doubt
make-
it was.
Somebody that wants to make a
Well, to
spout
be fair, we
roll.
didn't ask.
Somebody who wants to roll spout lore. That's
Hey,
plus,
dude, I have a
in-
really
just
high-
plus intelligence.
Do I have high
I got a
intelligence?
19.
19.
Oh, never mind. I won't even roll.
That wasn't
That's perfect.
Nargis. That was Tulnid's spirit.
Oh.
Yes. Kind of connecting things together. Is one of the more famous demigods from the old tales. Not much more than that, but yeah, you have a staff created by Tulnid
The
himself.
dude that created weapons that destroyed Titans.
In a forge that hasn't been used in 5,000 years.
What?
Okay.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
Those sound pretty big, Titans.
Yeah.
I'll offer another one. I'll offer another spout lore for a different reason for anybody that wants to take it. Just one.
I'll take it.
You'll take it. Roll it.
Okay.
See if you recognize anything about this old wizard in the room. Now that you've had 2 glances at him.
Titans, are we talking like a stone talus, or are we talking like a big ass anime thing?
Oh, if I rolled a
Goofers.
5. Never mind. I don't think.
No
I got
idea.
it.
He's an old elf man. Apparently older than he should be.
Okay. Wait, older than he should be? What the
Much,
hell is
much.
that?
Yeah, he's talking about 1,000 years since he's fought anything. Yeah, he's old as fuck. Elves usually only live to maximum like 700 years. That's
That's like
really,
this-
really pushing it.
That's like
It's like
with
the
magic
second
or
oldest
something.
character that I've seen in these campaigns.
There's been a
Yeah,
few of them
I-
around. You just haven't realized it, and I haven't told you.
Because I know freaking, what was it?
What was that, Robert?
I only rolled a 5. So.
Yeah, I saw.
That-
That's why I went.
What was your
Oofers.
plus intelligence? What was your
Yeah, but
intelligence?
that's still not gonna be enough, or is it?
I don't think it's much. I think your intelligence is one of your weak points.
Plus
Ah.
1.
Oh, never mind then.
A whole 6.
If it was something like dexterity, yeah, because that's a whole 5. But
Yeah, nothing on that front, but he kind of looks around at you all and he says, well, luck. He also disappears in a similar shrinking into a blue sphere and crackling light dissipates.
Is that a reference to that weird lightning ball you showed us?
No.
That's what I thought up immediately.
My
for some reason.
inspiration, at least mentally, for how teleport looks like in my world is based on actually Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and load into an area.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Hmm.
That's a
I was
nice one.
thinking about the Terminator, like the movies.
Actually,
Oh,
have
yeah,
never,
that
I
was
have never
cool.
actually seen the Terminator teleport. I don't know what it looks like.
How
Oh,
dare you?
really? How have you
It's
not
pretty
seen
cool.
that?
I
I've
definitely
never watched.
I
I've
definitely
watched
recommend
the
it.
first
It's pretty
Terminator
cool.
maybe once.
you know,
Anyways, off
they
topic.
never
Off topic.
serviced
Off
them.
topic.
Yeah, we gotta focus. We got pirates to fight.
So
Anybody want a peanut?
he disappears, and the captain just kind of. All right. Well, been 18 years, and we've got pirates stealing crystals, wizards on my ship. One of them super famous, and what do we do now? What's the plan, boys?
Go shoot some people and take back the crystal. Anyone else agree with this?
Give chase and kick some ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fine to me. I'm here for the ride.
She leans
We
back
get
in her
that
chair and
crystal-
says,
we get
Well-
that crystal back, and then I beat the guy who stole my sandwich, and then I'll be happy.
Still myself.
She kind of
I'm
sits
gonna make
back in her chair, relaxed down. She looks around, at everybody in the room, and she goes, "Give chase and kick some ass. Why are you looking at me? Go fuck off. Get to work."
Grind thine bones to make their bread quick. Onwards.
All right.
Squeeze the jelly from their eyes.
Squeeze the jelly from their eyes.
It's actually really good on toast.
All right. Finally, the ambience returns. Cool. All right. So now that
I have to say, where's the jet engine ambiance?
I know, right?
The extra wind from for the sails.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It just
Oh, yeah,
freaking.
that's
just, it's
easy enough.
literally
Here you
just
go. You want
white
extra
noise.
wind?
Which I would probably have gotten going at least once.
That works.
I was about to say, Manus immediately goes towards the engines to get them ready.
I rolled like a 23 for my wind.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Do I need to roll anything for?
Yeah, go ahead. What is let me in age. We were rolling
Intelligence, I think.
not the stat, it was the move. Which move we were rolling.
Oh,
I think we were doing jury rig.
yeah, I think we were doing jury rig.
Quickly
as well.
fix, repurpose, or fabricate a device on the spot, which is not necessarily what you're doing, but I believe it is what applies. Actually, you're essentially using that as like tinkering checks to work on it and make sure it's working properly. Gone will be these weird moves soon. Don't worry. We'll be into more sensible wording.
I rolled a 1.
Ouch.
As long as it doesn't explode.
In trying to work on it and see if you can't improve it, you get another power drain like before, where it's not holding up as long as you would like for it to. It seems to be draining power a lot faster than you would like for it to. To your annoyance and dismay.
Man, you guys just see Manus just like slamming his fucking gauntlet down on it, trying to get it to work. He's pissed off at it.
I guess I'll work on that ice slam on the front of the ship. Ice spike.
Oh, I didn't know if we were doing that or if we were.
Problem would be melting, by the way. And also,
Well, I can enchant it with long lasting, so that'll probably.
True.
I could probably do that.
And we
I
are at
thought we
least
were
a
going to
day
disable
away.
their ship.
Then I will just sit here and fix on my diamond sword till we get.
As-
a little
even
bit
if it's
closer.
long lasting, I will also point out you guys are like on the equator. It's hot as balls.
And
I
the water
haven't mentioned
it's
that
going to
yet,
be
but
connected
it's
to is as well.
yeah, you're on the water, so it's not quite as bad as it would be on land, but it's hot as fuck. And it's
And
humid as
I'm
fuck.
the only one who wouldn't be affected by the heat. That's just glorious.
Hey, yo, this shit got me crispy. It's hot out here.
Jug is
and
literally smoking, both figuratively and literally.
also, quick flashback. The captain actually mentions your name, Jug, and she says, "Jug, before you leave, don't go anywhere. I need to talk to you in private."
Oh no, this better not be about the wine bottle.
Oh no.
It's more of a neutral face. You don't get any sort of feeling off of it. I'll say, like, first glance. As everybody exits, she leans forward on her desk and she goes, "So, you sneaky bastard, what are you hiding from me? 'Cause I see the twinkle in your eye.
There's
I know
no
all
twinkle in
about
its
ya."
eye.
Oh my god.
Would he still have a twinkle when he's blind?
He's like looking around like, I don't know what you mean.
His eyes are
Captain?
he's not even facing her, his eyes are just...
I
was
just glad I
about
don't have
to
to make a
say.
wisdom saving throw because I failed the last time.
Yeah,
I
he
can't
doesn't
see,
get,
so-
like, seduced by her, he can't see.
So the less important thing I have to tell you all, but they're not here, you specifically, consider this my grace to you, the privacy of this conversation. Give me a moment, because I don't have the image yet.
Imagine she just asks for more wine.
I need to gather the image.
it's good. It's good wine. Good
It's
wine, Lex.
wine. Good wine.
She leans in and she says, "Where are you from?"
The island of
And
Little
can you
Aragos.
give me a reason why somebody would come looking for you?
Ooh.
Is there somebody looking for me?
Somebody's already found you.
What does that mean?
She sits back in her chair, kind of alarmingly. She just kind of rocks back in her chair and she knocks twice on her desk. And the door opens to the cabin, and then she gives a wave. As
I'll turn on my hearing aid so I can get a lay of the land. Like,
Okay, who's following me?
as well, you can't see her yet, but you hear
Oh
my
footsteps
god.
approaching.
Why does it have a katana?
As approaching you, light footsteps.
Potato! Is that a Zelda reference? What the crap?
Atano.
probably
Tano.
Hatano.
No.
Hatano.
Hatano. Either way.
Right?
I gotta
Sure
look
that's
up
how I
the
spell it.
files.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, so this little curveball walks into the room for you. And she approaches you and she says, "My lord, I found you. Your mother was worried.
Oh no.
Are you well?"
She, I'm fine. Why are you here?
You hear her bow again. She says, "My lord, your eyes. Are you well?"
No.
I'm blind. That's probably not going to ease your worries, but I'm just going to give it to you straight. I've been blinded.
You hear the reversing of a bow and like you can't see a starting of like, my lord, you're blind.
Hopefully only temporary. I was going soon. I'm going to go see someone who can maybe do something about this.
He overdosed.
I choked.
He kind of straightens himself out, crosses his arms.
The reason for my blindness is confidential, and I'm afraid I cannot tell you.
Yes, lord. Yes, my lord, of course.
Okay.
In his head, it's just like, I can't tell. I drink some experimental juice that'll piss everybody off.
Oh my god. Imagine she's gonna be like, where can I get some of this?
He tried it. I want to try it now.
I want to try it. I want to
Experiment on me, not you.
You hear her bow again. She says, "Prince, is there anything I can do on the ship?"
So you'll be traveling with us? Is this why you came and found me?
Yes.
Keep an eye out?
Yes, your mother was worried. She wanted me to follow you, find you, and protect you.
Well, as soon as possible, you can send her a letter stating that I am all right. Other than the blindness. I am not injured in any real way. And also to give my best regards to brother and sister, since I haven't had the time to write letters as of late. I've been busy fighting ships and beholders and living legends on the sea.
How is she gonna send a letter if we're already in the middle of the ocean?
Well,
Via
you said-
pigeon.
And the nice gift basket.
the walls said. The captain leans back and she goes, she's like looking at her nails now, not paying attention. She says, talk to Lemig, give him the fucking letters, and he'll mail them once we get to shore. Once we catch these bastards, we'll head for Greenwood. Pretty damn far, but we've got the supplies for a longer journey. We stocked up when we were in the city, while you guys were playing with the enemy, whatever the fuck you were. Anyways, get the fuck out of my cabin. I haven't slept. I would like to sleep. Bye-bye.
Yes, Captain.
She leans down without waiting for you to leave. She pulls up a fucking bottle of rum.
And it's just
Going at it.
slamming.
Yeah.
I don't know. Leave me out. I can't see.
Okay,
I'm gonna have a second parrot on my other shoulder, aren't I?
Jesus Christ, the freaking loop was just gonna follow you every.
So yeah. So there's that. What would you all like to do now?
I just look at
I'm gonna make-
what. In goes one possum, out comes two.
I want to make a comment.
Yeah, some of you that are still on the deck of the ship see another possum that you probably missed going in the cabin, and if you did, you now see possum number 1 with possum number 2 trailing behind shortly, as Jug kind of feels his way around, and she's not that way, young lord. And it's like he almost walks into the side of the ship. No, not that way, young lord. To the left.
Yes. Yeah, I was probably waiting outside for him because he's blind.
Yeah, Jug doesn't know Revian's there, so he's gonna turn around just like, okay, now quiet with the young lord stuff. They don't know who
Yes,
I am.
young lord.
Don't use my real
yes.
name either. Just call me Jug.
Jug.
I lean down because I was close by, and I get right next to him without him seeing me. I say, "Young lord, do you need a ride?"
all you hear at that poke from Revian, Jug, is close by a whisper of, "Sorry, young lord. Jug."
I whispered it in his ear because he apparently didn't want it found out, but I whispered it.
She sees the intention, but she apologizes to Jug.
Jug gets down on the ground, bow like head on the ground, knees style, just like, Revian, please do not say a word of this conversation.
Lex
I
just
beg of
pops
you.
up
I'm just
from
looking at the
behind
wall.
you.
I'm not looking at him. I'm just looking
Yeah,
at the wall. Please, don't
having this weird moment, Lex approaches.
Lex just pops up behind him. He's like, "Hey, Your Highness, where did the chick come from?"
Oh, you didn't hear any of this.
Yeah, I know.
You're just seeing him bowing.
He's like, where did she come from?
He's just bowing to Revian.
You mean to the wall?
To the wall, yeah.
I reach down and pick him up, and I'm staring him on my shoulder as I do, and he passes by. I said, "Don't worry, you're good." As Hatano freaks out because I picked up the guy.
Yeah, she's like,
Oh my
"Hey, you."
It's okay.
She's
look at
like
her and I
hand
say, "You
on
wanna
blade.
ride
She's
too?"
like,
Lupa's just looking at him and licking her lips. I'm like, don't even think about it.
she turns to you and she looks at Lupa and she's narrows her eyes and she goes, "I will hunt you, the ends of the earth. You come near him. Stay away, fell beast."
Have you seen that dog? She'll use your sword as a freaking toothpick.
To be honest, though,
And I will
could
pick my
probably
teeth
hold.
with her bones.
I don't know. I could probably hold that dog's mouth open easily from you.
Oh, he
biting
probably
me.
could. That's probably why she wants to eat him. She'd find joy in the challenge.
Am I gonna wrestle Lupa one day?
Oh, she probably likes that.
Small clarification for you, Colton, as to who
Just
this
be warned,
is.
she does fight.
You know who this
I'd
is. You're
I'd
fully
assume it's
aware
a-
of her, and she's the one that your mother always sent. all the time.
All the time.
Every single goddamn sailing voyage that I've been on, she's there.
Every day at the docks, every day at sea, just waiting and wondering when this person was going to show up. The last few months being a cool, easy breath of just, okay, you lost me.
Finally, peace. And now the real adventure begins.
I know none of you have played the game Danganronpa, but this feels like a reference to me because I played that game too much.
So, what is, Manus, what are you doing?
I've given up on my jet engine, and I've gone downstairs to my workshop, and I'm working. Working on something I understand.
So down to far below to the workbench table? Or
Yeah.
Okay. So
Either there, or if there's somewhere else that you would let me do it if I needed to be out of the way of like Reggie and stuff.
well, you've got your little forge area set up at this part of the ship up at the front. If you're in here, not Hero Forge, Owlbear, up at the front of the ship there, or
Yeah,
you've got the work table down below that Kaitori, which is mostly wood stuff, but is usable.
I'll stay up here because what I'm working on is mainly metal.
So while you're working, Kaitora actually walks up and she has like two, the word escapes, I guess mugs. And she hands you one. Tea?
Thank you.
And she walks
And I
over to
take
the
it.
edge of the ship and she leans back, drinks her tea. She's just watching. What are you working on?
I take a sip of the tea and I actually don't lay out blueprints. Voithos' head pops out over my shoulder and it kind of like hologram projects
Oh, that's
the
cool.
blueprints. And it shows a suit of armor. And I'm just Manus just kind of looks at it and kind of moves it around as it kind of like ethereally floats there, and he's like, something to equal the odds.
Could you just buy any old suit of armor? Why does it have to be this one? It's so special.
He pulls out those strange bars he got from the Master Forge and just puts them up on the anvil, and then
Cocks an
puts
eyebrow
out
at that and just like, what is it?
and then he kind of looks at it and he goes, not sure yet. And he sets
They're
one
still
of his,
dust covered too. That's a caked
Yeah.
layer of dust.
he puts one of his magnet cores on top, and then one of the fire crystals he uses to power his heat ray, and he just kind of spreads it out over the anvil, and he's like, because most suits of armor aren't made with this.
So you're trying to power it.
In theory, yes.
Well, this doesn't have to do with moving trees. This is far beyond anything that I understand, so I'll just simply watch and help armor the ship. But mostly watch. Because this is fascinating. I don't build stuff like this, so... How are you going to find out what kind of metal that is? Don't you need to know how to work it?
Manus kind of nods and then kind of pushes all but one bar away, and then just powers up his gauntlet and punches it on the anvil to see what happens when he strikes it.
As you strike the metal, you don't see any physical cracks, but you see the cracks of like magical scoring that slowly kind of go back to the center of the crack and then fade out. Nothing on it. The dust being cleared in the spot where you punched it. Mithril.
Interesting.
Did somebody say mithril?
Somebody said mithril.
Everybody's ear perked. Mithril. Where?
Silver steel!
I say mithril.
As Manus like realizes this and it dawns on him, he goes, "This I can work with."
This I can work with.
Indeed.
And then he looks over to Kaitor and he's like, "Here's hoping I can give you a show." And he just starts hammering out the metal and everything.
So, Jack. What is Jack up to?
I am just confused. Like, beyond belief, just thinking, okay, so we got another clue.
To be honest, I thought you'd be confused about the dog as well, but there's a lot of stuff going on, isn't there?
There's too many things for me to be concerned about at one time. I have to be concerned about one thing at a time, and then, like, once I'm done being concerned for one thing, I get concerned about the next, and just let it go from there. So I just wanna. What was their name?
Which one? The new arrival
Yes.
is Hatano. She's just as tall as Jug is, or short in this case.
Sure.
I was about to say tall's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah,
How'd you pronounce it? Hatano?
yeah, Hatano.
Short in stature, tall in pride.
So I just look over to her and I'm like, so is there like a royal family? Or are you like a royal guard?
She's just a regular guard.
She's like eyes shaking, looks at Jug, looks back at you, and she's like, Jug, first time you've ever heard her lie. No. I'm a Ronin.
Okay, close enough, I just say.
I ran away from my master, who is Jug, and I have found him.
Lex is standing right there, and he's like, "Why do I get the feeling you're not the type to do that?"
It's a lie so bad that, like, you feel a headache developing.
So I guess I'll say, I guess what I'll do is I'll just look at her with that look. It's like, yeah, I know you're lying, but I'll just say, okay, but
Yes.
I was like, I'm going to choose not to pry, because if Jug doesn't want anyone to know, I'm probably not gonna bother.
it is perfectly fine as long as she does not get herself killed or anybody here killed.
I don't know, she was waving the metal
Toothpick.
needle at me earlier, so I don't know how this is gonna go. You could probably sew with that.
All right, Revian, are you doing anything specific?
Well, I was gonna ask Jug if he wanted to go down to Reggie, see if we could figure anything out or not about his eyes.
That's exactly what I would like to do, is find out if I can be cured. Because I would like to see again.
So then I would head down to Reggie.
Let's go.
Look down at Hatano and say, "Do you want to ride too?"
No, I'm fine, thank you. Yeah,
You
Keep
can ride
close.
Lupa.
she does like a fast walk jog sort of thing to keep up, but she keeps up.
Oh,
Oh, hey, where'd he come from?
there's Jug.
There's Jug.
Indeed, he does that a lot. All right, yeah. So she
Yeah.
falls into pace behind you as you go down to see Reggie, and he sees you all come in, and he's, "Hi, welcome. What do you want?"
Another, I'm still blind. You think enough time has passed to fix it?
I mean, in a few more hours it'll go away. I can test another one if you like. I don't think it'll make this one go away, but we'll see.
You can
If
get
you
another
want.
one ready. If you get another one ready, I will just sit in here for a few hours. Revian, if you need to, you can go up to control the sails. And I'll just stay here.
I'll plop you on the corner of the desk.
Lupa's just hiding in the corner of the room, just because she likes following Jug. She's just there.
All right.
Oh, that's funny.
Which die to use?
Is that the good one or the bad one?
Rickroll.
Do you want the
Rickroll.
Want the Rickroll die?
Rickroll.
Yes.
Rickroll
do it.
die. Do it.
All right.
So
So
I'm gonna
Dice
be giving
of
up and let down.
self-robbery. The die of self-robbery. I like that one.
Make me cry, say goodbye.
Find
and
it for
hurt
him,
me.
Gandalf. Find it.
You already drop it?
I need assistance. It fell out of my hand immediately.
Yep, that's
no.
Is it in your
definitely
chair?
the die of Rickroll. Crap.
Did it fall in your chair between your legs?
Did your cat steal it?
Seems.
Is it under the chair?
No. I rolled far enough that I would have seen.
Is it against the wall under the desk?
No. See, the problem is I couldn't hear where it went because usually I can.
Stand up and see if it falls.
It's all the way over there. Hang on. I'm just gonna go dive.
Hey, I was close. Actually, I was right. It's against the
And he's
wall.
gone.
Oh god, to add some flair, just how funny it is Lupa hiding in the corner. She's like freaking 6 feet. That dog.
Item retrieved. Shit. All right.
When the time comes, I'll wrestle Lupa and we'll see what happens.
I think she's following you because
I think
she's
Lupa
looking
would like
forward
that.
to it. Much less because she wants to eat you, but more or less because she wants the challenge.
Grog used to wrestle
Trinket.
Trinket in campaign 1 of Critical Role, so I can almost see that happening, except the size difference.
Except the size difference. That depends on what she feels like doing. I'll leave that up to interpretation.
Ah. So,
The problem is whether or not you're... She does.
so Reggie, he rolls plus intelligence to mix this, and then you're gonna roll plus con.
When you take it.
All good, no problem. Roll your con.
Here we go.
That wasn't a good noise.
It was a noise.
That wasn't a good noise.
I have a +7 to con.
Yes.
Lol. I rolled a 3. I got a 10.
Damn it, dude!
No.
I failed.
Man.
No, I swear, imagine he gets his sight back but loses
Double
his-
blindness. I can see God.
I can see God. He's like, I'm so high, I can hear.
You can
what
see into
God's
the astral
talking
sea.
about.
That silvery veil.
Holy shit! I see the Witch King.
I can taste color.
Is
I
that
can
an astral
see
dreadnought?
sounds.
I can see
Is that a
sound.
Spelljammer ship?
I can
I
see
hear
what you.
taste.
I can see what you guys are feeling.
I can see.
I
Oh,
can
the
see
one
my
man
hair
gives me
growing.
the raspberry.
All right. Okay. So, oh god.
I got the beeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
At least don't make it blind again, damn it.
All right. So,
What do I got? What
so
do I have?
what was so there was the blindness, and then I had you remove 1 point from your wisdom.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
we
that was
had
the
wisdom.
That was the ones before. I want to make sure I don't mess with anything
That
you
was
currently
the
have, because this will be
permanent
different.
one?
Was there something I had to roll before that? Before I, like after I drank it? When I fucked up, or was it?
Was it Constitution?
It was
that you
his
made roll?
intelligence and then your constitution. His intelligence to mix it as it goes through the various tubes and things, whether it be comforting to watch or discomforting, he didn't ask. And then your constitution after drinking it. Hesitant pause before drinking. Just remember, it's just like, you guys remember how I explained it. It's like this tiny in the bottom of the vial, and then when you take the cork off, it goes up to the top.
I couldn't remember. If I
Going
had to
in,
roll
it's like
D4.
drinking ash and smoke.
Quick question.
Drinking ash and smoke.
What was Hatano's reaction when he picked up this bottle without hesitation and downed it?
And then
Eyes
fell over
shaking
in pain.
like stone, but eyes are shaking. Like,
I imagine her eyes popping out of her head like a
yeah, pretty much. She's just like
commentary character. Just
looking at him, looking at Reggie.
She got to watch it be made, so she saw the process and was probably going, "Oh shit, what the fuck is that?"
all these squares make a circle.
What do I
That's
roll
right.
again?
It goes into the square hole. What about the circle? Yep, goes in the square hole.
I can imagine Jug turning on and
She, standing there watching this happen. We'll get to the
Drinks are for
we'll
kids.
get to the consequences. And she looks at you, Revian, assuming that Jug's probably going through it, and she says, Lord Revian, Revian, why did Jug just drink something made by a homunculus?
You can tell it's a homunculus.
Well, it increased his sight once and his strength another time. The third time, though, it caused his blindness, because I don't know that he didn't want her to know that.
Nope.
Turning your
And
when you turn your
this
head
may
back
be
to
blind.
Reggie, Reggie's holding a bomb, and he says, "Did he send you, bitch? Did you come for me?"
we also didn't know he was a homunculus until you just said that.
He strikes a match up off of his coat, and he
Reggie.
says, "We'll go right now. I'll blow this whole fucking ship up and take
Reggie,
your
I
ass."
blow
with
out
me."
I blow
Reggie,
out
I
the match
heard
with wind.
He goes,
Reggie, I
God
if I
damn
hear
it,
you light
Revian.
another match, I hear you light another match and threaten my Ronin, I'm gonna break an arm. Calm down. Nobody said this.
he pulls open a drawer, tosses the bomb in, and he walks to the side of the room, pulls his fucking mask off, throws it at the wall, pulls off the hood, and yes, indeed, it's just one big eyeball as he looks around at you all, and he says, "Whoa. Here you go. She ruined it. It's supposed to be hiding."
Luke was just in the back slowly
And
opening
that is
the
when
drawer to
the,
steal the bomb,
mutagen
just
kicks
so he
in.
doesn't have it.
Yeah, Jug still doesn't know what he looks like. He's
So,
Reggie's still
Yes,
Reggie
he-
to me.
yeah.
Although
Yeah,
I can't see
you just
it,
heard
I'm
this
sure it's a
weird
sight
word
to
that you
behold.
don't know what it means.
As long as you're not trying to kill me, I'm fine. You're good.
All right, so choose one
Consequences.
disadvantage.
I wonder how far you can see with that thing.
So there's the -1 ongoing to int, wisdom, or charisma that you could take. There is any attacks against you are best of 2d damage, whatever damage die. So they roll at advantage on damage. The next one is your visual, auditory, tactile, olfactory, gustatory sense is lost, which you already currently are experiencing. And the mutagen permanently warps your form somehow.
Okay, I remember. I'm gonna roll a d4, and on your list of
Yep.
top to bottom, I
gotcha.
guess, is 1 to 4.
Wait, this is
Imagine if
giving
I
me deja vu. Didn't you do this in
Yes,
the
that's
the
what he did
campaign
last
with
time.
That's what
Ladra?
I did last time.
Yeah,
I like
I'm
it. I
just-
like
I
this
will
way.
roll a d4.
Yes,
Because it
that
would be
and
random.
before
It is
that.
an experiment. He doesn't know what it's going to do to you.
'Cause
He's doing
when we
various
did
mixtures that
the-
he uses on himself to see what they'll do to you.
Yep.
All we just gotta hope is I don't roll another 4, because then something's gonna fuck me
Yep.
up again.
Hey,
'cause
if
made
you lose
a
touch, that's
similar
fine.
decision before.
I lose touch, that's fuck.
That's you can deal with that. You
Yeah.
can deal with that.
I was
I
right.
rolled-
In the previous campaign, you did have to make a similar decision when you got bit by Umbra.
Indeed.
Oh,
Yeah, but that time I had to choose. I was like, I fucked
that
my
was a
eyes.
choice.
That was character's spiritual choice in another realm before it actually happened.
But at
Yeah,
the same
see,
time, why
he
is it
wears
always the
gold-
eyes, though?
He was
Yeah,
he
he
was
wears
alive,
glasses
but
all
it
the
was
time.
like bite and then like, whoa.
I
Yeah,
can see
Roman has like a
everything.
powered up mode and then just a casual mode. And
Yeah,
then
it was
his
like
casual mode, he wears
mid-combat,
glasses.
bites arm, and then Morpheus appears. Which one? Like it was essentially
Morpheus
be
appears.
healed or possibly stay at the same health and possibly die.
Just Fox Morpheus is like, which one?
All right, let's hear that D4 hit the table.
I rolled a 3.
Visual, auditory, tactile, olfactory, or gustatory sense is lost. So, which
Still blind. What is it?
You can you can cop out. You can be like, taste or whatever. It's up to you.
Taste.
Is it one of the 5 senses?
You know how much he likes wine.
Essentially, yeah.
I don't know if he'd accept
let's say
it.
there's-
Pick a sense to lose.
There's taste, touch. I'm gonna write them down, and then I'm gonna
Hearing.
roll a.
Taste,
I'm gonna roll
touch, sight, feel.
Write them down. Then I'm gonna roll d6 and re-roll on a 6.
I was about to say there's only 5. If you roll a d10, it'll be 1 and 2, or 1, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5,
Oh.
5 and 6, 7 and 8.
That's a good idea. Taste, touch, hearing.
I like where this is going.
So do I. I want
It's
to
gonna
know
be
how
bad.
this ends.
It
I'm
could
on the
be
edge of my
so
seat.
bad.
What's the 5th one? What am I
Taste,
missing?
touch, sound,
Hearing,
Sound.
sound,
sight.
Hearing, sight, taste, touch.
smell.
No.
Smell.
Smell. Luke was just really upset in the corner because she wanted to fight him, and it's gonna be prolonged.
Technically, Jack has 6 senses.
Jack's not in the room right now.
True, but I realized it and thought it was funny.
Imagine
Mentality.
drinking that and it takes away someone else's sense.
I
Oh
drink
my
this
God.
potion. But once I drink this potion, you're fucked.
It's like drinking a potion and freaking what was it? What was the game called? I'll remember it eventually.
I was thinking of Shrek too.
Oh yeah, that works.
I rolled 2. Alright,
is-
taste.
One on your list.
I rolled a 2. I wrote taste.
Oh
Ew.
no.
So he loses his taste.
I can't drink good wine anymore.
And he's still currently blind on top of that.
Wow.
God.
I'm blind and my taste is gone, so now my touching, my hearing, and my smelling are
And it
real
turns to ash as your mouth burns and stings for a moment,
good.
and then all taste leaves. It's almost like a dentist feeling, but when it starts to wear off, without the tingling. It's like you're looking for sensation, and there's just hardly anything there.
Yep.
Cold enough
Something's
to
happening.
taste that it's just like there's nothing there.
Yep.
Something's
Feel that
missing.
you're missing. Yeah. It's a little more than a twinge in the back of your mind, like you forgot something at home. It's that, but doubled.
Here, have a
Probably
habanero.
won't forget about it.
It's still spicy. I just can't taste it.
Is that the permanent one, or is that the one that wears off?
That is that's the one that wears off.
What was the other one? Was either blindness or my wisdom being
The
gone.
last time you got the mutagen permanently warps your form somehow, and I did not explain which was which because 2 effects happened, and I haven't chosen the second one for this one. So for this one,
How the hell did I forget the name of that game? That's starting to bother me now. If I explained it to you, yours would immediately know what I'm.
You need to roll and randomize it.
no, I'm deciding.
You said he was physically different the first time, right?
I
What
said
was
2
the
effects,
difference?
but I didn't explain which one was the permanent one.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm
He had
still
a
going to be
subtraction
blind
to
or
his
if I'm just
wisdom
less.
or blindness.
Oh, that, yeah.
My wisdom is either gone or I'm blind forever, and
We
I don't
still
know.
don't
which one, but now I've lost taste, so my
Poor Jug.
homeland wine I can't even enjoy.
So, Jug, you begin to live your worst nightmare. As your gauntlets and your armor begin to weigh a little bit heavy on you. And that built strength from years of hard work begins to leave you as you begin to feel weak. By no means are you weak to anybody else, but to what you're used to, feel heavy.
Oh no.
Aw.
I remembered the name.
There's no subtraction to your strength,
Unfortunate.
but for the extreme lifting, you can feel that just picking up a whole cannon on your own, any sort of random thing that you might do like that, pulling on lines to set up sails on your own, it's not going to happen.
Oh.
You're very strong, but in a normal sort of way.
And no more megalo throw
For now.
that we're aware of.
Well.
Damn.
I
Does
will
this
remind,
stuff wear up over time?
will
or does he
remind,
have to
though,
keep coming back to
that
try to get it.
you didn't roll a permanent effect on that.
Ah.
Keep that in mind. To the player. That's my consolence to the player, not about the strength. You still only really need to worry about the first one. This is just unfortunate.
But to Jug,
nightmare.
To Jug, it's his worst fucking nightmare, I imagine.
Yeah, to Jug, he's
Yeah.
like
Poor Jug.
blinded, less wise, strength gone, taste gone, just like I
Oh my god.
I think I want to go to bed.
Oh my god.
You see tears start to form. I think I'm tired. You just
It's
see
like drinking
now
those
you-
potions with the randomest effects and freaking random games.
I'll
don't
take
think
you
I can
back
do
up
this
to your
anymore.
hammock.
See your
Thank
hand.
you, Revian. I cling on a Revian in a hug. Just
Before I leave to go put him to bed, I look over at Reggie and I say, "We're the only ones here. I don't care. Keep it your secret. As long as you don't try and kill me, I don't care what you are."
I have no interest in killing you. I want to stay away from him, and I'm not telling you who he is. Just don't tell anybody, please.
I'm good with that.
Just keep an eye on him. He should be fine. Give him some wine. It'll probably help him feel a little bit better and sleep better.
But what he can't taste the wine.
He doesn't need to
It'll
taste it.
still
He
affect
just
his
needs the
body.
effect.
Yeah,
Because I don't imagine he's going to be able to sleep anytime soon within the next few hours, so I imagine wine will make sleep. Yeah, it'll probably make sleep.
He's hugging onto me, and I grab one of his wine bottles out of his pouch, and I start making him drink it like a baby.
Oh my god.
That's adorable. I love
He said he was crying.
No, I was
Oh
I was
my
thinking the
God.
same thing.
That's hilarious. Except
And
it's
I
a
look at
bottle of
Hitano.
freaking wine.
I look over at Hitano and I say, "Come on, let's go."
She's
get
just
him
stone-faced, back straight, just marching. Like, eyes are just wide. When you set him in his cot, she just, like, stops and, like, heel turns 90 degrees and just faces away from the wall of the ship and just stands there and waits.
yeah, I think even to her, like even to a normal possum folk, Jug is insanely way fucking strong. So just seeing
Yeah.
the strength fade.
Before
His
I
arm-
walk off,
Armor feels baggy.
Before I walk off, I'm gonna look at Hitano and say, "Sorry about this," and I'm gonna pick her up, put her in the hammock next to him, and say, "He's probably gonna need the companionship."
Lord Revian, I am a guard, not whatever
I
it is
didn't
you
mean
think I am.
that kind of companionship. I meant
I see.
just a friend, just somebody nearby while he's going through his issue currently, and I won't fit in there with him very well without crushing him.
And
She
Lupa
looks-
just
she looks
lays
at
on
Jug.
the floor next to them.
She looks at Jug, she looks at the bottle, and she goes, "It seems he has proper companionship, but I shall remain." And she, still standing, just stands up straight.
Stands up
Hand on
straight.
hilt of sword, just waiting.
I think you've got a guard wolf sitting underneath the hammock. I think you'll be fine if you don't want to be fully in guard mode.
She barks and licks her nose just.
Got 5 bottles left.
He's working off her ashes.
I've got 2 bottles left. And Jug is out after that last one. Just,
Actually, that was a good question. When you gave the captain the bottle, a jug-sized bottle, or was it a normal-sized bottle?
it's like the size of a beer bottle.
That's what I was
That
gonna.
makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
That's
right
what I
size
thought.
for him. Did we ever find out how she liked it?
She just called me a sneaky bastard for a whole different reason.
Unless that's what she was
I said
drinking when he
we.
walked away. The royal we?
Wee wee.
Wait, wait.
Wee.
Oh.
About what
All
time
right.
is it?
It's like, we're working on like afternoon, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rolling around to there.
Alright.
Oh, poor Jug.
No.
He's got 8 more hours before his blindness goes away.
Day drinking, yeah, and I won't know it because he's fucking out. He's
He's
like,
just,
won't
he's,
know
just,
let it take over.
he's dreaming about lifting several tons.
And then accidentally slipping and getting crushed by them.
Oh my god, yeah, he would. That's his
It's
worst
just,
nightmare.
I can almost imagine
Having
the
fits.
nightmare is kind of like
He's just so small it can't crush him because he fits between the bars.
Like waking, like the nightmare, I feel like would almost be waking up, rolling out of the hammock, leaning over to pick up the pack. Pack's too heavy, can't pick up. Strap barely moves. Oh no. Reaches over to pick up the bottle. Bottle's too heavy. Oh no. Oh no. Armor starts to get really heavy, sinking into the floor. Oh no, I'm too heavy, and then like jerking awake. And then
Oh my God, no.
too drunk to stay awake, passes back out again.
The worst nightmare would be him waking up to reach for another wine bottle, and he grabs Asano.
I feel like poor Jug is just going through it, really going through
Atano,
it.
that's what it was, Atano.
I figured Hatano may reach over and try and comfort him while he's rolling around fitfully in his sleep.
Either that or she'd be
Probably
too
not.
embarrassed to do it.
I said maybe.
This is the one character I didn't think would go through so much emotional turmoil.
And then you screwed
He's
yourself.
going through it these last few games.
Yeah,
So it's like the past 4 or 5.
wasn't expecting it, and then he decided to be a science experiment.
Four sessions. We're on session 14. Jug went blind in session 10.
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
It's been a long, for us, it's been a long time. For him, it's been since yesterday.
It hadn't even been full 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's been up for 24
That's
hours.
insane.
All right, so
I've had a kill.
I'll probably go up top and check on how the wind was coming, and then probably go sit and inspect my weapon, possibly. See what I can see if I can see anything. What color is it? We didn't get any kind of description on the weapon.
so it's this very shiny, silvery looking metal. Bit of silver, bit of chrome, kind of mixed together in its own sort of way. But you feel none of the give or the softness or forgiveness of silver. And as you're like inspecting it for the first time, thinking about it, you remember that brush against your consciousness originally when you first picked it up. Feel it again as kind of look into it. You almost feel like something looks at you back. And then in your mind you hear, "Hey man, what's up?" Why are you holding me like that? Looking at me funny, man. Cool?
I'm gonna be very confused for a few seconds, and I go, yeah, I guess I'm cool.
Before you turn around,
Is-
man,
what?
no, I'm not behind you. Yes, you're hearing voices. But it's alright, man. No worries.
What the hell is going on in this session? I don't understand.
Did I get a high staff, dude? I got a stoner staff, dude.
Got the soul of a high
That's
elf.
not a
man.
staff,
I don't
it's a
even have
surfboard.
lungs. I'm just a pole. I'm just a weapon, man. I'm just ready to slay, bro. I'm
Have
ready
you
to
been
be
conscious?
as free as the wind, man.
Have you been conscious ever since you were the original weapon you were made from was created, or are you a new edition?
We're all conscious in our own way, man.
I'm ready to surf on the waves of life and death, bruh.
He said wind, not waves.
I know he said
Sir.
wind, but I'm just going with it anything.
We've all always been conscious in our own special way, man.
Jesus Christ, I don't know if
I
any
just
of you
so
watched
happen to have found my consciousness finding itself culminating into a center point of which I achieved sentience inside of this staff only but a few hours ago, man. And I feel great.
Is there anything I should know about you?
Yeah.
Will you tell me?
Yeah.
I love this already.
Maybe he's just talking to himself, right? This is just happening in his mind.
Yeah,
Around
anybody that walks by,
anybody.
he's just talking to himself. holding the staff. Just
Did me and Kaitora hear him?
where are you at on the ship?
No, here's a good question. Can Jack hear him?
I probably would have been up on the crow's nest, honestly, with the wind, because I was gonna focus and do my redo my mana and stuff. So I probably would have went up where most of the wind was.
Terragus
So Terragus is probably standing there going, "What the fuck is going on with you, dude?"
He's fidgeting.
Bird eye, hawk eyes
He's
look
pistol
over
out,
like,
just kind of looking at his pistol, just like kind of turning
Can
it
you talk?
over, looking down the barrel. It's kind of like anything to not look at you.
Imagine he just looks at the
I
pistol.
probably would have, at this point, since he didn't answer my question, I probably would have moved the staff and tapped it on the side of the rail.
Oh my god.
You can answer
What's
my
that, man? Is that something to hit? Are we gonna free it into the wind? Man.
No, that's part of the ship we are currently sailing on.
Oh.
Terragus, I have no idea what the fuck is talking to me, but it apparently comes from this staff, so give me a minute.
He just kind of.
Don't shoot me. I'm not crazy at the moment.
I just am being ready. Good
Bro,
luck.
that is the most chill representative of chaos I've ever heard in anything.
I would have looked up at him and go, dude, this thing was just handed to me by some ancient smith that's 5,000 years old. That was a
One
ghost.
was also
I have
dead.
no
I
idea
remember.
what's going on with it yet.
I remember. Just a little strange.
Confusion.
Concerned.
He's just like not looking. Just trying to be just chill, just whatever, you know.
I'm gonna try and talk to it in my head instead of out loud. I'm gonna go quiet like I'm meditating.
Is this
quietly
bleach?
now,
You're just
man. Should I whisper?
Oh my god. It's just in
As
his
long as
inner
they
world.
can't hear you and I'm talking in my head and you can hear me, no, you don't gotta whisper.
Oh, well, all you had to do was ask. They can't hear me, man. I'm only in your head.
That is good to know, and I just go into a complete meditative pose while I'm sitting here talking to my weapon.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
let's
definitely
meditate,
likely.
man. Absolutely, bro. Yes. Meditation, bro.
Can you see around you
Bro.
to know that I'm doing that?
I can, yeah, kinda. Hard to explain, but yeah, I can see enough.
So wait, if you got blood on him, would it block his...
weapon embodiment of beating motherfucker with another. Because this guy is a definition of a motherfucker.
Oh, God. Do you have a name?
This dude embodies the heart of the cards, man.
You wanna name me, man? Go right ahead, bro.
It's time to do, man.
Moki, bro.
What the fuck did you send?
Don't worry about it.
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
important.
Oh my god. Why? Oh my god.
The nuggets.
No, if
That's,
you guys
that's fucked up. Anyway,
Alright,
you
10
had to be
seconds, that's enough I need to say.
nug.
I watched 10 seconds, that's enough.
Alright, what are your
You know,
capabilities so I might be able to figure out a name for you?
I'm a staff, man. Yeah. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. That's the interesting part. I don't know what you do.
Not
You
really
were-
sure what I do either.
You were gifted to me as you apparently gained consciousness.
You know, nobody really is gifted to another person, man. I think we're all just gifts to each other, really. Just in our own special way. You know, man?
You're detecting a pattern.
You're detecting a pattern.
That is to say, he doesn't know.
Yeah, I got that part.
Got a list of medicinal names here if you want me to read off a couple.
We'll hold off on naming you for the moment.
Medicinal names.
Medicinal name.
I'm kind of liking Blaze.
I was
Maybe a
thinking
little-
Blazer Nug.
Maybe a little bit of lace, maybe some herb.
Bro,
Go to that
literally,
Maui Wowie.
name him Smoke, bro.
On Puff.
Technically, I know
Oh,
what he
tough.
does, but I was trying to keep it story-wise.
Oh my god, that is just glorious.
I'm so excited. This is great.
This is great.
And I'm probably gonna have to come up with a different fucking name than what I was thinking of, just because of the fucking attitude of this dude. Damn it, man!
Right after you gained this weapon, I thought to myself, what did I just do? I just gave him a conscious weapon. Sunday morning, I went, it's a surfer, bro. He's high as fuck. And why would it be anything else? A matter
just
of
name it-
about 8 hours later, that's how fast it took me to realize that
Your,
it was.
You need to make
your
a
hair
weapon.
being that long fit it perfectly, man.
Yeah, man.
You can name it the dude, like the Big Lebowski, just the dude.
Just name him, dude.
Temporary placeholder.
You need a weapon that's like that
The
one
higher
episode of
circle?
TMNT where Shredder was like, I brought back some takeout so we can like get down and peg out. What do you need me to hit, bro?
Are we done?
I'll take anything out.
Is there anything else that we would like to do aboard the ship before we do our
I would
encounter
like
roll for the day?
I would like to find my dog since she seems to have disappeared on me.
Go
I
ahead
re-rolled
and
my
do
mana, by the way.
do the old wisdom.
Nice. Jesus Christ, I swear this. You know what? I'm gonna roll in here because it's screwing me over. Alright, wisdom. Here we go, boys. Is it gonna work here? What's that? There it goes. It's lagging really bad on my end for some
Fuck, man!
Jesus
No.
Christ, wait. Yeah, that's Nate. Never mind.
No idea. Somewhere on the boat? Probably.
Great! I can't find a 7 freaking foot wide dog. Amazing.
Somehow managed to lose it.
Or wolf, more accurately.
Wolf.
I'm pretty sure she'd get very angry if I. Oh wait. Oh no.
All right. Anything else? Jack, do you have anything you need to do aboard the ship this day?
So, just so we've searched every corner we can of this place, right?
We're on a ship. Looks like
I was gonna say it.
As for the, if you're referring to the dungeon, you guys have left hours ago.
No, I'm talking about the ship.
Why are we talking about this? Why, you're trying to find my dog? You're trying to find Lupa?
I was saying that maybe we might have missed something. I don't know.
We literally have been on this ship since the start of the campaign. I don't know what we'd be.
yes, but we've had an asshole on the ship since then. Could he have left something on the ship? I think that's what he's talking about. I think that's what he's talking about.
Kind of, a bit, yeah.
I was gonna say that or you're just kind of confused. I don't know what's up. Yeah, you know what? Just you do you, man.
Other than that, no.
What are you looking for, man?
Man.
Man.
Right on me,
Yeah,
bro. What are we
dude.
looking for?
Unless we're doing anything else, somebody choose one unfortunate soul to roll a flat d20 to see what the encounter is for the day.
Do we want to do
Who wants me
rollies
to
to
do
see
it?
who's gonna roll?
Let's do rollies to see who will roll. What are we rolling? Just flat check?
Just flat check for the encounter. That's what it's for. So you're doing rollies to find out who?
Let's do rollies to see who rolls, and then...
I got an 18.
Okay, I got a 4. I got a 5.
I got a rock.
And then I threw it into the sea. Well, that leaves old Colton over there. throw the rock at Pit of Despair and see what number comes up to the top.
Oh, we were going low roll.
Oh,
I was doing lowest.
All right. Colton,
Guess,
you're
yeah.
screwed.
Most unfortunate to get the encounter. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's because
He's the one that screwed us over the last couple of counters.
it'll be
We'll see.
fine. It'll be
Tell
fine.
that to his dice.
Got a 10. In the middle. It's a 1 with a 0 on it.
Okay.
Gotta get my bad rolls out now. Whenever I'm healed, you can see and taste again.
You can see and taste again.
All right. So
Taste and move.
facing into the staff, Jug sleeping under deck, Lex searching the ship, Jack being concerned about that, and Menace working. There is a small concern. I find the button that you hear rolling in the distance.
Ooh.
Summon this storm, you asshole.
You hear Lemig call out from up by the poop deck as he calls out and he says, "Fucking hell, we've got a storm! Storm sails up, everybody, get ready, it's gonna be... not fun. Brace yourselves, everybody. It's gonna be a doozy."
Behind us or in front of us?
It is coming in from, I'll let the dice decide. 1 will be north, 2 will be east. 4, so, west.
West,
No,
east.
hang on.
Wow.
May have chosen a bad die. That would be
I may have chosen
8.
a
No, a
bad
D8. I
die.
need a D8. Sorry, hang on. I did a
What's
bad
south?
one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's
no,
coming in
that's-
from the east, directly from the east. As you guys are sailing, I actually never told you which direction you guys were sailing.
No,
which
you were
is,
not. You did not.
To the... One moment, please, to let me open my world map so I can confirm exactly, because place is... Direction is not on this map. At least the end goal. You go there. So it's southeast, and the storm is coming from the east.
So it's a little bit ahead of us to the left.
Yes. Exactly that.
So it probably hit them before it hit us.
It definitely will, if it does hit them, depending on angles and speed and how everything lines up.
Well, I guess I'm gonna come down out of the crow's nest.
Okay.
Did I have enough time to redo my mana while I'm up there?
Yeah, I'll say you've been able to sit up there for a few hours. So there's what's going
All right,
on,
Squeaky.
man.
We have a storm that we've got to prepare for.
This is gonna be great.
In my head, by the way, not out loud.
Watch, he's gonna catch you not specify one of these times. Turn it.
All right, everybody, brace. Here comes the storm wall. Get your sails ready. Grab a line, grab a crew, and get ready to fucking haul this shit in, because it's gonna suck. Captain's probably not gonna wake. That bottle was empty when I peeked in there. So good luck.
Neither is Jug.
And
So I
as
will
if
tell
to
Tano what's going on.
as if to mark the occasion, the storm wall arrives. And here we are. I want this to disappear. There we go. There we go. And then the rain sweeps in. So here we are, in the midst of a decent-sized thunderstorm. So this will be essentially a skill challenge. So who's doing what? Manus, your work is interrupted by shouts from Lemig and a spray of rain. and that.
Do I need to make sure my supplies are safe?
I mean, you know Mithril's probably not going to rust, so that's not really a concern. It's just a matter of where it's going to go in the tumultuous waves.
Hammer space it.
Yeah, if that falls off the ship, you're not getting it back.
Yeah, so I want to brace that down. Like, I want to make sure it's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
all right.
even if I have to put it under deck again, I will.
But taking a moment to tie your shit down. Anybody else? What are you guys doing in this particular instance? As the ship begins to lurch in the waves. And
I'm
get
just
a bit
sitting down and
hectic.
fixing up my sword again. Just unused. By the way, I'm on the top deck doing this. That's how much he doesn't care.
I will see if I can use the wind to try and help block the wind coming at us a bit.
Alright. What spell are you thinking?
Wind wall.
Wind wall. Alright. Go ahead and roll your cast spell. Let's see what you got. Revian versus the Storm. And I'll
24.
say 24. With that 24, I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you something like this.
With the added thing, increased effect.
You hear in the back of your head, you hear the voice go, "Whoa. That thing reminds me of you, man." And that's really all he says. He doesn't really say anything else. As you process that and look, as you're like holding the power to cast a spell, and you look up at the storm wall, and it's almost like seeing a sibling you haven't seen in a long time, which makes absolutely no fucking sense. That's when you hear Terragus kind of like holding onto the railing and says, "I think I know what they were talking about when they said the lady. I think they're talking about the goddess of lightning and thunder and storms. I'm going to go down below, I'm scared." And that's when he doesn't climb down the rope. He jumps off the side, hits the yardarm, leaping down and grabs the rope under the yardarm and drops down to the deck down below, which would break most people's knees and ankles and hips, but he seems fine as he does it. And he scrambles to go and start helping haul some lines.
In reality, he's just bleeding internally.
How much does that help against the wind? Are we being buffeted horribly?
No, it seems like a pretty typical storm. It's rough. It's fucking rough. You're going over tall waves. The storm is rumbling, but here you are. But having all of this, having this weird moment, you finish the casting of the spell, pushing the wind into the. For you, you can feel the wind buffet in around you and begin to form this sort of wedge into the storm. Controlling the ship forwards a bit, redirecting what's coming in around you, controlling the pressure and keeping everything under control. And while you hold that, what is anybody else doing? Manus is tying down. Revian is trying to control the air around you. What would anyone else like to do?
That's not working on a sword.
Can I perhaps try to manipulate the water to be less turbulent?
Go ahead and roll it. Let's see what you got.
That
I'll say
would be
Lupa
nice
at this
to
point,
remove.
actually, as you begin focusing on controlling one of your natural elements, Lupa actually comes up on the deck and is like prancing around on the deck, happy, unbothered, soaking up the spray of the rain, tongue out.
When are you that happy? You know what? I'm just not going to question it.
She's just prancing like a proud horse, basically, just soaking it up.
To put it in good terms, yeah, she has an ice queen kind of personality. She's just kind of really calm and a really big jerk. So
Yes,
she's a very cold
element.
person.
Elemental mastery.
Yeah, all right.
Let's see what you've got.
All
Yeah,
right,
water.
here we go. Out here again. We change the color of the
Dice.
die. Yeah. You know, it's good. I'll just leave it as what it is. Let's use this cursed obsidian life die.
Ooh.
Nice. Very nice.
It's like 22 or 23 for me, so yeah, that works.
23, you say?
Yes, I believe. 22 or 23, either way, it doesn't seem to matter that much.
All right. Yes. So, what sort of motion do you make while you're doing this?
Let me think. He kind of stands at the center, straight, and he's kind of looks similarly like he's kind of waving his hands and arms in like straight motions towards behind him, like to symbolize straight moving water.
Okay. And as the ship has been rolling over the waves, it begins to smooth out a bit, and you see as you go through some of these waves, they seem to part a little bit, make a smoother traversal as you go across, and then they kind of close in and collapse behind the ship, keep going, almost like there's this sort of smooth and easy bubble. It's not a direct, hard-cut channel in the water, but it smooths as though something is forcing the water down and around the ship in a smooth manner. It's a very gentle sort of motion. As you have succeeded the very light storm, and you sail on through. And Revian, as you're holding this, looking as the hour goes by, sailing through this storm, heading into the tailwind of it, glancing over your shoulder, feeling that sort of weird familial tug. Swear you see a streak of gold lightning. In the back of your mind, it flashes as almost like an arched eyebrow, like, huh?
Well, that's definitely not weird. Ominous.
And not normal. So where are we going?
Alright, so winds are still going a little crazy. It's still raining, but it's not as you're not as bad off as you were. Things seems to chill out a little bit. Rain pelting the deck of the ship. So, a day goes by. Jug, you become lucid for a moment, tossing, and then
Flip the pillow over to the cool side.
it is only when you look at the bottle of wine that you realize you are looking at the bottle of wine and not just grasping for it in the dark. Which is a little bit of solace and relief.
You can see.
Hey, that's my wine.
Hatano actually like stiffens. He's like, "Yep, Jug, are you well?
Let's see. Oh,
That's good. That is good. May I be dismissed to retrieve food from the mess?"
yeah. You don't need my permission to retrieve food. Now while we're on this ship, just go about as a regular sailor.
I will try, sir.
You-
Not a sailor, but I will try.
I'll give you instructions in dire time. For now, just act normal.
Yes.
Well, not you're normal.
She wanders away and starts wandering down to the other end of the deck towards the mess. And as one of the sailors kind of stumbles down, soaked, fucking water drenching the deck, but she now realizes, oh shit, well, it's probably raining. Uh-oh.
There's a
And
storm.
As she walks by him, she's, "Hello, fellow sailor." She, like,
stiff salutes and then keeps walking. And walks
Did I hear
into the
that?
mess. Yeah.
Just here. You're trying too hard.
Yes. Sorry.
I roll.
I'm
I
trying.
roll over.
You tried to,
Too much.
All right.
How much effort? Not enough
So-
charisma.
Not enough riz.
Unless anybody has any
Enough
more specific thing that you want to do on this here day, the rain eventually moves on, and hard winds chill out, and you're back to easy waves as the sun goes down. Unless there's anything else anybody would like to do before the end of the day, we'll move into the next one.
Actually, Lupa kind of somehow senses that he wakes up and she just finds her way to the lower deck and she's like... just stares at him. Her
So,
tail wags. It's the first time
as you
anyone's
roll
ever seen
over-
that happen.
In what seems to be the tail of a storm as far as you can feel through the rocking. You, at the end of your lucidity, before passing out again, you get lick attacked by some form of Pokemon.
Some form of Pokemon.
Did you know that in terms of
No,
But yeah,
don't go
Lupa-
there. I know
Lupa
what
goes
that's
into
going.
a licking attack of your face.
Jesus.
No.
It wouldn't
So
just be his
much.
face. That's a big wolf compared to a little possum. That
Yeah,
would be
it
full
probably
body
is.
It's
every
like his
time.
chest and face.
Well, look at the
That's
bright
too
side.
cold.
It's not a cat's tongue.
She
She's not getting
seems
sand
bouncy
paper.
and excited and happy, and is dripping and sopping wet, and is like prancing like a proud pony,
Yes, that makes
like in
sense.
place.
in place.
More water than most things.
She's butt stallion.
Oh my god. No.
I'll pat her on the nose or something.
She like backs away, still looking happy. Turns and then does like a prancing, slow circle around the deck. Spins, looks at you funny, narrows her eyes, and then she crawls under your cot and curls up. Smells, you feel like a nose poke under you, and then she lays down and hear slow breaths.
No.
Dog.
Keeping
And then I
close to
pass
her
out
snack.
again.
And then
Just snoring.
all right. Anything else before the end of this evening and moving into the next day?
About how much of the armor was I able to finish before the storm rolled in?
I'm gonna say probably getting started on a few of the outlining pieces. Probably not a whole lot.
All right.
This is gonna be, as you're aware and we've discussed, this will be a larger project. It's gonna take a lot of time, but it is an interesting one and it will be extremely useful.
Because I'm gonna incorporate all of my gadgets into it. It's gonna be like my gadget.
Yeah, it's essentially, maybe you would call it even test pieces to see what,
Yeah.
how, when, where, heat, pressure, how hard, all of those sorts
Mark
of...
one, if you will.
Yeah. Not, almost not even Mark 1. I'd say probably being a scientist and a tinkerer, it would be almost like
Prototype.
making flat pieces and stuff like that to test them, and then like maybe curving them into something to see how they feel, how much density to give
Yeah.
them. Yeah, just all of the super basic things. Because I don't imagine Manus has probably worked with a whole lot of hyper rare metals.
No, this is yeah.
All right.
I'll head downstairs and get a cot and put all my weapons over to the side. Lay
Tamping
down with
away, and in the tail of the storm, as the stars start to blink in, Kaitora brings you another, like a warm cup of tea, and then she wanders off under deck, gives you a wave.
I wave back to her. I wish her a good night.
Why is it like...
She nods and gives you a wink, and she wanders away. And then, anybody else?
I'm gonna go claim a cot.
All right, so night comes in.
Manus working away. Everybody does as they will, rests as they will. Move into the next day. Wants to do the roll.
I mean, I'll
Rollies
try it
again
this
for the
time,
roll?
I guess. I'll try it.
Do rollers again? No, next one's good.
I'll just do it. this
Yeah, go for it.
time. Let's change the die.
Drum roll, please.
Roll.
Not a roll. Oh, 17.
Whoa!
Heck yeah.
Is that
Nice.
a wisdom roll?
No, it's a straight roll for the
Oh,
day.
just straight roll. Okay, 17's fine then. Yeesh.
It's a pretty good day.
Maybe.
What was the
Maybe.
roll? Sorry, I'm adjusting things.
17.
17. It goes by smoothly. No problem. Bit cloud covered in the tail of the storm from last night, but no big deal. Sailing on. And those who are paying attention, and those who are also familiar, which is a precursor to all of that I'm about to say, so bear with me. You do begin to see, if you look hard enough, you begin to see actually a mast in the distance, so you know you're gaining. But some of you have been on ships before, and you understand, just because you can see them doesn't mean you have them. It could still be another several days before you catch up to them, even though you can see them. Very common in the age of sail. You see your enemy and sail after them, but who the
Yep.
fuck knows if you're gonna catch them anytime soon. So,
Even with that information, the minute Manus sees their mass, he starts hammering even harder.
you can go ahead and roll again if you like to work on the engine, by the way.
All right, yeah,
wanna
we need to work. Yeah,
spend
actually,
your morning
he does
working on
takes
it.
a break and he goes over to that damn engine.
Damn engine. That Thalos damned engine.
14.
You find the fault from yesterday, and you're able to fix it, and you get it back to an efficient level, back like it was before. More efficient than being somewhat broken, but it works well enough. You're not spending several hours back and forth throughout the day at random points to recharge it. One of the
Okay,
cabin
cool.
boys probably running back and forth to alert you if it does anything funny.
I figured that or one of my bots. Oh wait, they're helping me forge, so yeah, cabin boy.
Hello, sailor.
Same thing as before. Cup of tea. Sits and watches for a while. Probably goes and does some work. You think? Does anybody want to do anything else? I imagine Lex is probably working on his sword. Correct? Or did you have something
yes.
else in mind? Sword?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm probably working on my sword. I have
just-
no idea what the hell Luke was doing, so I'm just doing my own thing at this point.
Slowly working your way across the blade. Revian?
I-
Jack, anything specific?
I'm gonna-
No,
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I can wait.
Okay. I was gonna say that I am currently just sitting on one of the what's that part of the ship called? The where you climb up?
Are you talking about like the netting? Up to the... There's
The
there's
mast?
the crow's nest
Crow's
or
nest?
quarter mast, which is like the middle of it, where you climb up and you stop. You get on the next net, you climb up again. Get up
The
to the
crow's nest? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I want to say that I'm just sitting there up on the crow's nest. I look kind of a little bit confused, but also kind of out of it at the same time. Like anybody who looks up there can just tell that I'm doing like a ridiculous amount of heavy thinking, while everybody else is just doing their own thing.
Harrigus kind of being up there, usually he kind of wanders over and leans on the rail next to you, and he kind of gives you a bump of the shoulder, and he says, "Why so much deep thought?"
I just turned to look at him, and then he said it's nothing super important.
Everything's got its own lack of importance, as well as its own importance at the same time. Its lack of importance also gives it importance. In some facet. What's on your mind? Maybe I can help. In 40 years, I've learned a few things. I might be able to advise you.
Okay, so from there, he's just going to say, I'll tell you eventually. Because I don't know if I want to do anything with that, but I'll keep just that there just in case.
Alright. Well, don't worry about me if you do talk to me. The only people I can tell are dead ones, and they don't talk much. Gives you like a smirk. Referring to the being an assassin part of him, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Was that saying dead men tell no tales or something?
Exactly that. Probably being the
Yeah.
joke that he was trying to make.
Yeah. Or the other saying 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody else? Revian? You had something you were gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna get up, grab my stuff, and head up top to do the wind again.
As you come up, he kind of looks at you and he says, Revian, there's a packed house up here today.
Yeah.
It's a whole party.
Seeing him up there, I probably wouldn't have gone all the way up there. That way it wouldn't fully packed. I probably would have just done the wind from the back of the ship.
Okay.
I rolled an 18. By the
Okay,
way.
so it works pretty normally today. Jet engine is up, speed is up. You guys are really moving pretty well. Despite the bummer of the jet engine yesterday and the slight slowing caused by the storm, you've managed to make your way that much closer. Jug, did you have anything you wanted to do? And we can kind of breeze past today and move into the next one.
Jug is like trying to stretch and feel around, see if like his strength is returning at all. It should be getting close to the day.
I'll say,
after.
however he spends most of his day, there is that anxiety, like you're saying, of just like waiting, feeling, trying to see what's happening on the inside. And you roll around into like the earlier afternoon part of the day, still cloud covered, and you begin to feel everything on you lighten. And you begin to get that taste of ash again, and then it fades into the... You've never tasted your own mouth before, but you assume that's because you're so used to it because it's your mouth. But you can taste your mouth for
Awesome.
the first few minutes until the sensation fades and you realize that you've regained your ability to taste. Strength has returned, your sight has returned. Jug is a whole man again.
Jug is back, baby.
Jug is Jug.
Jug is just like
Just a little
smack his
bit.
lips, just. Wow, it's his own kind of hell, ain't it? He's gonna strap up, get his armor on. He's gonna walk up to the top and just hands on hips. Just, all right, what needs doing?
Doesn't
He's
notice
gonna-
there's a giant ass dog following.
Lupa, can I help you?
He just like nudges you, which nudges your entire body. It's like tongue out, happy face.
Gonna try to try to pet her again.
If she lets you. She's very
What do
moody,
I-
if you can't tell.
What do I gotta roll to pet the dog?
They roll animal
Roll
handling.
Constitution.
Roll
I'll
con?
say,
Roll con to pet the dog just in case you get eaten.
say you extend your hand to pet. Roll plus strength, not to
Yeah,
pet the
roll
dog,
plus.
but for other things.
Not to pet the dog.
Remember, this is a dog, not a dragon. It's different.
No,
14.
it's a
dragon.
freaking wolf. It might as well be.
That's a 15.
And this wolf is
15
probably
total?
about 10 times bigger than him.
So
Yeah,
that's the dog.
she's freaking.
So
Strength.
15 total, you say?
I'm normal sized and she's bigger than him.
18.
So.
So you're standing there and you reach out
Oh
to pet,
fuck!
and she... You can tell it's a playful motion after it happens, but she, paw on body, nose into chest, pushes you down to the deck. And then jumps back and like dances around, jumps in a circle, and then like squats down, and that like dog wants to play sort of way.
So
and then
that's
you-
how you want to play it, huh?
And Lex is like, yeah, she's very stubborn. If you decide not to do anything with her, she will follow you until you do. And trust me, you don't want her to follow you until you do. It gets bad.
In that case, you just see Jug starts like doing routine stretches. You just hear the pop just of the bone. He's looking maybe an inch, maybe two taller.
I was gonna say, if you want to try to wrestle her, you could.
Really stretched and just.
It just might not end the way you think it will.
Oh, we'll see about that. Come at me, Lupa, and he's gonna challenge.
Okay,
Challenge Lupa to a wrestle.
Alright, I've been waiting to make this reveal for a freaking long time, but that depends on who's seeing it. Just as a joke, I'm freaking doing this. This is, yeah, yours, that's exactly what I'm talking.
Let's see what ability I'm about to have to blast out.
Well, I figure we're all up on deck.
You're not ready for it.
Watch it.
You're not prepared at all.
I'll say while this little bit is taking place, you hear the captain call out, "What in the fuck is going on my deck right now?"
Everybody turns to watch.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, this is gonna be funny.
We're in the wind, just don't fucking break anything. Fucking giant mutt on my ship. Fucking hell.
Just don't break anything. Alright, well, you watch as Lupa there,
Fucking what?
yeah, no, this is entirely for one, a joke, and for two, because it would be awkward walking around with a giant wolf in a public place. So, in other words, she turns into a human and gets ready to beat the ever-living hell out of him.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
Oh.
So you now face
Hold up.
a
Hold up.
Oh my god. Oh,
Hold up.
Oh my.
fists up. You face a
Dude, I'm.
not
oh my God, hang
speaking
on.
woman with tail and ears.
Hang on. Oh,
Okay,
Oh my god.
I've got tears in my eyes. Hang on.
I'm just gonna mute myself.
Oh my God.
She doesn't say anything to you. She just goes, "Ah."
Oh my god.
Legs.
She's trying to play fair.
I wasn't expecting you to whip that out here.
Oh yes, I was ready. I was like, watch the second he makes a decision, you challenge her on doing this.
You just, it is quite audible and on purpose as you hear from. It takes no guess to know. As she just goes,
Yep.
He's like, don't worry, I had the same reaction when I first saw it too. Wasn't any better either. Actually, it was worse. In fact, I'm gonna stop talking about it.
all right. Tell you what,
That
I'll
why you're
challenge you.
single?
She'll challenge you 2d20s with a +3 ferocity to your fucking plus a million.
No,
2d20s.
It wasn't.
I rolled a hit.
No, the problem
Yeah,
was
let's-
that it was her attempt at engagement, and I don't want to.
I gotta roll
be a part
something.
of
I'm
that
gonna say
ever
roll
again.
2d20s and add your strength. We'll just pick the one on the left first and then do the right. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll them. All right, and green one's on the left, black one's on the right. What? Ready?
Hang on. All right.
See, thankfully, you challenged her, not the other way around. Because when they challenge you, it's a freaking proposal.
Oh shit!
First one. Roll again.
Oh yes.
Oh,
That's
did
how
you
she met
lose?
Lex, by the way. No, he
Did you
ran
lose?
away. No, he freaking ran. That's why she
So
wasn't
she's
with
following,
him when you.
right.
That's why she
Okay.
wasn't with him when you met him.
I've got my two numbers.
All
I
right.
blinked out. What happened?
What's your first
He
one?
freaking ran.
Want to hear the low one or the high one first?
Whichever one's on the left.
I guess my left will be 22.
20. She loses that one. What does the first motion look like? As she like? I'm guessing she'll come at you and probably try to punch you. Just go for a straight just punch.
Oh, goes for a punch. Is
This
just
is
like,
a
well, now that
unfamiliar form.
now that she's human size, he's just gonna like. Do a
Oh no,
quick
she's not
dash.
just human size. She's a large animal. That means she's a tall human being as well. She's not average size either.
Oh God.
You go up by the kneecap.
No, I was
Most.
Yeah, she's a bit more of the height of the younger elven son that you guys met yesterday.
She's
over
taller
6 feet.
than. She's tall. Yeah, she's like 6.5 feet tall.
tall as Edward. She's tall as me, IRL.
The Trello wasn't quite that tall, but he's about, I think he's like 6'1", 6'2". He's a pretty tall guy.
Because she's technically not human and is at the same time, so
It makes sense. Being a
weird.
giant beast transforming into a human shape, it would make sense. The
Yeah.
second one for me is probably a nope because it's a +3 and a 1 on the die. So
I got a 24.
yeah, I don't think. I think you get a pin on that one.
Oh, and I was hoping she'd win so she could kick him and I'd have to catch him in the air.
I thought the dice would favor me, but it did not.
Yeah,
how
that
do you
first fight was a-
pin in your first wrestling match? To
The first wrestling match,
test
she has to
strength.
go. She's like getting used to this
That's
form
crazy.
for a second, so she's gonna throw a punch down because don't forget, one foot
Yep.
does a punch down. Doug's gonna do a little dash just right under and use his tail to grab her hand and then just slam her to the ground.
Oh, tail,
Pop on,
like late tail
and-
grab, like judo throw.
judo throw, got her on the ground, hands behind her back.
She
You
just,
just hear, ah!
she just
Dang it.
lays there and exhales disappointingly like she didn't feel anything. Just
Yeah, she just growls and exhales.
Right, Doug backs up, ready for round 2.
All right. I'm gonna do the pink die and the red die for this one. We'll move for after this one. We'll move off. All right, left to right, same thing again. Probably not on the first one. I can't see the second one. That's a maybe. We'll see. My first one is not good because it is a 5.
Oh,
5.
well, I have a +9, so automatically I
Yeah,
rolled a 3.
It's pretty fast.
12.
She this time, instead of trying to punch you, she goes to kick you instead. Seems a bit smarter. And
Yeah,
then
I use my unit. What? Yeah, unit weapon cannot harm me. She kicks me, and my +10 armor just bounces it off.
the next one is a 21.
19.
This'll be the- Ooh, so we gotta do one more. All right, I'll roll a third die, a different one. I'll roll one more die to see what happens. All right. 8. Nope.
doesn't she have piercing, by the way?
This
Feels
is
like
not a
piercing.
piercing situation. This is a
Ah,
fisticuffs wrestling
yeah, you
in
have a
human
point.
form.
In human form.
Um,
Well, it would have been awkward wrestling a big dog, so she figured, yeah, let's try to make it a little more even. But though she's like 5 times his size.
all right, how do you win?
I rolled an 18. Okay.
Yeah, it was bad. She did not. Yeah, it was 8 again.
Ooh, nice.
And then we're gonna go to Revian because we got a thing there, and then we'll call it for the night.
Oh yeah, by the way, that's her normal form. The dog is the opposite.
Okay. Alright, rolled an 18. And since to finish off the match, Jug's signature move. He's gonna run up. He's gonna run towards her, feint, go under her legs, and then he's gonna jump up, wrap his tail around her, and then he's gonna pull off.
How are you gonna wrap your
Possum
tail all
soup.
the way around her though?
You got, I don't know. It's longer than you think. I don't know. He's just,
I don't know.
He's strong enough; he can stretch it himself.
You can stretch it.
You
I
pull hard
chucked out a
enough.
troll with this tail.
He just
Or an
forces his
ogre,
tail
whatever.
to grow longer.
Get the Luffy of tails.
You
Anyway,
will.
and I basically pull off a German suplex on her and just right onto the deck.
Once again, she. And then she just kind of huffs and just goes.
I think I win.
She turns
So-
and looks at Lex angrily, and he's like, "Oh no, wait, I'm not part of this."
So, as the strangest wrestling match you've ever seen lays out before you on the deck, Revian, and then seems to end. Wandering down below deck and checking your gear, looking for something. Having the new staff in your hand, you look through your stuff and you realize there's a staff and a sword missing.
Alright. Who the hell's been through my shit?
Ooh, how did that happen?
What's going on?
Just like calling out on the top deck, just like, hey, who the fuck?
Well, I was probably saying it down there more to myself before I started searching.
Who pilfered?
Sorry, man, I was hungry.
What?
What?
I had the munchies, bro.
Fuck.
What are you looking for, man? You seem perplexed. There seems to be some thought jammed within between your ears that just won't make its way into the neurons firing through your brain and make it to an actual thought. It's cognitive, actually formed into words.
Jesus, he's using big words.
We did it.
He's like the worst roommate ever.
We've achieved anime status. Finally.
That's that roommate that steals all of your stuff.
Literally.
He's the one we write shit on the packages for. This is mine, not yours. Don't touch.
This is mine.
Next person who eats my goddamn lunch, I'm putting rat poison in it.
Yeah, and have a nice try biting into broken glass next time.
Hope you like X-Lax, fucker.
So, are you telling me you ate my sword and staff?
Yeah, man, take it for what you will. I ate them.
How
Yep,
did he-
ate them
How
up.
would you even... I don't... How?
When there's a will, there's a way, man.
I'll say for Revian, you either believe it or you don't. That's up to you. What the fuck that means.
The sword's from another world.
Considering this is a consciousness that was born yesterday.
He was hungry. Hasn't eaten anything. He's a growing boy.
He's a girl.
He needs his vitamins.
You ate my weapons. Did it change you in any way? Did something happen? Do you know?
We're
Or
all
was that just-
changing on a pretty constant basis, man.
I can't go on that one.
I love this character. Anything he says is gonna fill me with dread, but I love it.
Every fucking time.
I hear you like inhale to like go into your monologues, Jack, and I already start laughing. I just hear you go.
You know where it's going every time. Any sort of like abstract concept at all, if it's related to abstract and can be bent that
Yeah.
way, it's going there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're all constantly changing a little bit every day, man. Slowly shit.
And he just kind of keeps talking and talking and talking. He just keeps going.
All right.
Just keeps
Hold
going.
up.
What's
an
up,
eternal
man?
monologue.
What's wrong?
I don't
It's
know
like-
how to put this.
It's like dying to that one animatronic in FNAF. His monologue just keeps
Pretty
going.
hungry though, man. You got anything else I can eat?
I can see if I can find a dagger, I guess.
Dagger? What's a dagger?
Apparently
eat
to you
that?
a snack.
Dagger, hardly.
Dagger.
If you ate my weapons, the dagger would probably be a snack.
Yeah, totally.
We got quartermaster on ship.
That would be Lemig, actually.
I guess I'll go see if he's got a spare dagger laying around.
You want
Or
a
any
what?
spare weapon. A dagger?
Or what?
I don't think you'll believe me.
No, I probably won't, but I'll try to wrap my head around it best I can.
Well, this particular staff I have here, and I hold out the staff and I show him.
Yes, metal rod, quite pretty. Looks heavy.
Yeah, well, it's not normal and is enchanted in some way and has a consciousness. Apparently it's hungry. And it ate my two weapons overnight. My other two weapons overnight, so it's still hungry. That's why I said, do you have a spare dagger? Should I roll persuasion or some shit?
Go ahead.
Charisma.
Roll plus charisma. He just stares, doesn't change, doesn't move, just stares for a long time.
Don't ever die to that animatronic, or else you're gonna hear that monologue for a long time.
Oh my god.
Oh, that thing. I rolled a 13.
He goes, I'll get you a dagger. You said it's going to eat it?
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work either. It did it when I was asleep, apparently. So I'm about to figure out how this works myself.
So it eats weapons. It can't eat anything else that we don't need? I don't know, like
I
the
don't
shit
know.
from the forecastle, so we don't have to deal with that?
You got a random piece of scrap metal around? We'll try and see if it can eat that.
That'd be your buddy's area, not mine, man.
Could I theoretically make something for him to eat with my earth stuff? Maybe.
Probably.
Wait, we're
I guess
surrounded by
I'll
what?
That's up to Manus, the guy with the medals. You know, your friend, not
I was
mine.
about to say.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to head
I
up
could
top and talk to
probably spare
Madison.
Good luck,
Yeah.
Good luck.
Captain. I have a complaint to make. As he wanders away, and many concerns to express.
Many cons-
Well,
So,
You just hear her sigh really loudly from the other side of the ship.
yeah, once again, she just.
We have been some menace these past few days.
we have been.
Yeah.
Just these 2 days alone, we're
Causing issues. I guess I'll head up there and talk to Manus then. Probably grab Lex on the way by since he can change the shapes of materials.
So, Lex and Revian, looking perturbed, approaches as Kaitora is watching you as you form some more prototype pieces and trying to learn your densities and pressures and heats as you're working through the metal to try and figure out what you're going to do with it. As they approach you, and she kind of cocks an eyebrow and fixes on Revian's skewed face.
As they approach, I kind of quit what I'm doing and I pick up my cup of tea and I lean up next to Kaitora and I'm like, "What can I help you with today?"
You up for an experiment?
Always. I like, as you say that, I pick up my prototype metal that I've been working on and I move it off my anvil and I kind of pat it and I'm like, "What are we working on?"
Well, this new staff I have has some interesting features that I'm still trying to figure out. And apparently, it is sentient in some way and it ate my 2 weapons I had sitting next to it overnight. And it's still hungry. Do you have the materials to make a dagger or something to try and figure out what's going on? Because I don't even know how the hell it did it. I need to find that out myself.
For Manus, you've heard of sentient weapons. You've heard of strange weapons. The part about being hungry is the strange part, though.
It is strange that your weapon hungers.
Which
Did you
I
say
will
that it
add also,
communicates?
being familiar with sentient, well, not familiar, but knowing of sentient weapons, knowing the warnings of the ones that hunger. Think about that for a second. Some flags probably come up.
Yeah.
with rose
As you
tinted
say-
glasses, all red flags just look like flags.
Yeah, as after you say that, Manus kind of looks at it and he says, "Put it down on the anvil."
Alright, if it eats your anvil, it's not my problem.
I
on the anvil.
that same thing.
You know what? That's a good point. Don't do
God.
that.
Don't do that. That's a good point. Don't do
Can- How about
Oh my god.
may I see it?
I don't think anybody's actually held it, so we'll find out what happens when you do. I'll offer it to him.
All right, I hold it out and I take it in my hand. The one that doesn't have my gauntlet, I make sure to grab it with my normal armored hand.
I feel like this wave, I would describe it as like cold and the tingling at the end of when like your foot or your hand falls asleep kind of wash over and then it kind of goes away. Who the heck are you, man?
I am Mana Cesara. Who are you?
Say that out loud.
Yes, I did. 'Cause
Manus
Manus
is
doesn't get it.
alright. I like that. That's cool, man. Cool name.
Oh, thank God I'm not crazy.
Well, Manus is alright, man. What
Can
do
I still
you-
hear him?
No, can't hear a thing.
Okay.
Dead silence as Manus stands there looking like a madman. Kaitora is
Um,
snickering to herself.
As,
He who holds
the,
it owns it.
As the staff just kind of jabbers to itself, like talking to me, I look up at Manus and I go, quite the chatty one, isn't he?
Yes. He is. Be very specific on anything you may ask him or say to him. Otherwise, it will get worse.
Are you hungry, my friend?
Oh, I got the munchies, man. What do you got for me?
Would I have like enough, like, I just have like bits of raw material right now. Could I
I will
have
say,
my
you
box-
are asking questions to it, and your class is made for this sort of thing. I
Alright,
might
yeah,
remind
hold
you.
on, let me pull up my... Yeah, you're right, I can actually...
You might be able to
It is
figure out
an
what the
easy
hell
move.
it is.
It is an easy move to forget about. But it is quite literally
Yeah.
called "Let me see that."
What the hell does this
what-
thing do?
So, for the party,
What does
you-
the... Yeah, alright.
when you take a few moments to handle or examine something interesting, ask the GM 2 of the following questions. The GM must answer truthfully.
What does this do, and what has been done most recently with this or to this? Are
So
the two questions I want to
the
ask.
second one is, the answer is, it's made of mithril. It was crafted recently. And the crafter was the Spirit of Tolnid. Definitely. There is no doubt. Because there's mostly not really anybody alive as far as you're aware that could probably make this. As far as you're aware. But it would be unlikely that someone could create a conscious weapon just willy-nilly that currently lives. What does this do? It absorbs weapons and then allows the wielder to trade the shapes and the effects of those weapons between those shapes as you will it. Whether it be through a rest of some kind or by giving it mana of some form.
So you're saying you could turn that freaking staff into a sword? Okay.
So, after I learn this, I throw it back to Revian, and I tell him to pump some magic into it and think about a sword.
Alright, I will input some mana and think about the sword that it apparently ate.
How much mana?
Yeah.
Let's go with 2.
Alright, so you give it some mana. Which weapon are you imagining?
Kopesh.
Oh, the Copus?
Copus. Yes, the Pontethan Copus.
Pontethan Copus. Well,
That's
you
what I
see
knew
the
originally.
familiar shape of the sword that he wielded before begin to take shape, but it stays in that sort of shiny mithril metallic shininess in it that the staff is. And Revian, you feel the shape take, and you feel the same weight, same effect that it had when you feels a little bit lighter, a little bit sharper, a little bit more keen.
Eurus, I kind of gotta go, man.
Yeah, I know. That was where I was going to leave off, is realization of what this thing does. That is where we will pick up next week.
Awesome.
Everybody.
We have
Yeah.
11. We finally reached anime status. We got a talking weapon.
Yeah, no,
we
this
got
episode
Lupa
went
turned into
everywhere.
a fucking human.
She can turn whatever she can
We've-
turn back and forth.
We've
whatever
got
she-
talking staffs that turn into other weapons with high guy consciousness. We got fucking anthro chicks that are fucking wolves. We got fucking homunculuses threatening rat bitches, or not rat bitches, opossum bitches with bombs in the underdeck area to sink the whole ship. It's just
Red
great.
Rabbit.
We got one of everything. All of it's going on. All right, yeah.
Every anime trope in existence just
So-
happened in this.
We're so diverse.
You don't have a beach episode.